really, really solid individuals who feel right at home on this map. And that makes me really, really worried and scared for Plano. We're going to get our results, though, by the looks of things. As we have the little intro video to take us in, we're ready to go. Extra Salt with a T-side start. And Plano...
appropriately spooky as well.
Yeah, right? It kind of fits the theme. Yeah, no, man, I don't know. This is such a good map for Extra Salt. You know, it would be even more credit to Plano if they are able to pick this up and long the series out. But we'll have to wait and see if that becomes a reality. The fast ramp rush is churned up by the 5-7 initially. They do get the trade and now drop down to B. But look, Plano are already here.
Yeah, these are really committed anchor positions as well. Henny's going to just
Are they going to do the Hugo?
No, I like this.
They're doing the Hugo.
Yeah,
That's what this strategy is called, by the way.
Rotating around, going up heaven, trying to wrap A. But it's not like the A players have left, right? Lucas is still in rafters. This is a godlike spot to deal with the ladder. And they've spotted him. They've already lost a man. So back they go. They're just hoping to force, fight back up CT to reaggress. And while KNG has done that, he's staying pretty measured. They could clear this corner. KNG, even one kill here before he dies makes all the difference. Marky dead. KNG as well, same story, but he's done his job. JT in a 1-on-3, looking for an ace. Okay.
All right, he's trying to get cute with it. It does end up on the receiving end of Lucas. Plano. They're going to grab the pistol round here. Now, you know, we all remember that Nuke game from the other day. We all remember Plano with a great debut that kind of fell a little bit silent.
Well, let's remember, they did have a good CT side on this map, right? So it was their T side that was a little bit up in the air. To speak a bit about that pistol as well, one that tends to be pretty common is you take over ramp. If you get a kill on the ramp guy, you go down. If you don't, you go on the catwalk and you kind of split. It was a complete shutdown there. First pistol Nuke goes to the hand of Plano, and it's a fast outside take for Extra Salt. It is a buy. JT with the Galil. Bunch of Deagles to support with that as well. They're quick. KNG only gets the one.
Oh, you're hoping that VSM can kind of, really split some hairs here, hiding in the vent. It's all left onto Fang this time, a 1v3, and he's dealt with the first. Flash will leave him blind, but Fang is given a little bit of time now to figure out how he wants to approach this. Swings the door. This player's low. Fang so close to finding him, and through the vent is the rotation of Leo. Fang sandwiched in decon. It's such a shame that he can't find that one connecting shot onto the site player.
Firing blanks. What's going on there? That looked dead on to the second guy. Nice try nonetheless. That's a sigh of relief for Plano, considering they won the T side pistol in the beginning of the last map, and then they got forced on, and that really didn't do them any favors. They still won the half, but you actually want to convert your pistols, otherwise you're left worse for wear. And well, we've got a Zeus for Marky at least. That's something to keep your eyes on in this round. Otherwise, just Glocks.
I do love it. I'm just keeping up with the straight fire opinions that Richard is bringing to the table as well on social media. Yeah, it's a pretty busy day in the office, I can imagine. Right now.
Yeah, I'll be frank with you guys, because look, I obviously want to show all respect and reverence to these teams who are here at this stage. They deserve our full attention. So I haven't really talked about all the other stuff that's going on in the world right now. But it is, let's just say, this is the RMR that's relatively drama-free at this moment in time, and let's revel in that.
Yeah, no, I mean that's a nice feeling, isn't it?
But now,
just over here.
Right. Give it a day or two, boys. Give it a day or two.
But if you do want that information, if you do want to be awoken, you know where to go. You know where to read.
But you don't know how. That's the problem I have. Never learned, man.
I've even dumbed down my Twitter feed just for you.
Oh, do you
take all those crazy big words out?
Yeah, and replace them with some nice, simple ones that even I can understand. Now look at this little play into B. There is Henny waiting for it. Oh, Oh, Henny. Oh, why you got to do him like that? They just wanted a bomb plant. They were just some guys trying to get by and make a bit of money on the side.
Yeah. The hustle denied. Here's the first buy round, right? Like, that's what we're all waiting for. Extra Salt's T side is ludicrous at best. OC not going to get the orb. He couldn't get any Kevlar, so not that tempting. We're early days still.
And as always, I'm on high alert because I see a Zeus in play. Always getting poised.
I hope Lucas is using his rifle over it at the bare minimum this time.
Yes, I do believe that is a UI preference. I'll pretend this is not true, people at home, but people will say it is now. I've demanded, just so I can do my Zeus screen, that actually the HUD doesn't show rifles if someone
Zeus
buys
is
the
priority.
Zeus. The Zeus
like,
has priority, just so I can
Valve...
go, ah, or whatever.
Pretty dead on. No, Valve did the same though. Remember when if you had a Zeus, you press 3 and it pulls the Zeus before the knife. Remember those days? That wasn't fun. No one wants a Zeus coming out first.
Preferred it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Richard calls them the good old days,
yeah,
man.
Exactly.
Like, that's what it was, the golden era.
Yep.
Now,
it's all been downhill since then. Since the knife took priority over the Zeus, the game unplayable.
Some people just can't deal with the next generation, but here we are.
These kids. In my day, all we had was an electronic device designed to instantly knocking someone out. And these kids come along with their fancy knives.
Glove skins and the likes.
still no Zeus skin, of course.
Yeah. Oh, this is a weird round because you've got JT lower, but they're throwing an AX. They're going to try and join him down the vent. That's why the hut roof molly went through, but it's not stopped a player from sitting on top. VSM drops and going down the vent, and it's the same situation for Sonic. The bomb doesn't even make it down the ladder. OC could try and grab it.
I reckon if you darted up that ladder, you grab the bomb.
A bit late now, mate.
Yeah, you can't do that anymore, sadly, and there's no time.
Yeah, that's just, you know, you're trying to patch the wound that is that round, right? You may have had JTB the entire time, but Plano won't give him much to play with.
It's a good first weapon round from Plano, though. I love their ramp push that they had, helping Handy push in there with the flashbang. Gets the entry, and sure, JT's down at the bottom or the lower bomb site, but bomb is still in lobby. That's a good hold, 4-0. 2 saved weapons, though, from Extra Salt. Good money, though, on Plano's end. Without even having to upgrade a bunch of AKs. No AWP yet.
They go back to the door with some outside control as well. It might be one of those top splits. Does this annoy you as well, Robin? It feels like no actual lineup for hut roof with a molly. Like, you'll throw it, but someone will always find a little corner, a little gap to hide on. Is there a lineup? I've never seen it.
It is a bit random, but I think there is one that is pretty guaranteed. But in some cases like that, it does end up happening.
Yeah.
Just a blooming out the molly, right? Since it is random.
Yeah.
Oh, pop into B. Henny trying to stay alive. KNG is trapped at dark. He couldn't do much there. Dropped in after the flash came through, and Henny's looking for frags. Leo's not alone either. He's hunting right now. Put down after one. 2-on-2 right now. VSM in the back lines, and with the door open, he can stop anyone from getting comfortable inside of B. Easy kill. Bomb dropped, and now Fang aggressing, but nice fallback from Henny in this position, not giving away the frag. Fang has to really work hard for this kill, and that lets VSM set up as well. He doesn't believe it. He thinks he's been wrapped through B, and he just missed the timing to Henny. VSM has swapped sides. Oh, dirty tap. And now Henny could be anywhere. He's just cleared ramp, but Henny's going to run right back in. Fang sticking the bomb. And Henny, no util to get this guy off the site. Fang, pinpoint precision. Oh my God, done it again.
Oh! The claws are out.
That's insane.
What?
2 bullets, 2 frags, baby.
What?
Man like Fang.
He's had his Weetabix.
Yeah, we talked about it. CT side Inferno was quiet, didn't really be hitting his bomb sites, but moments like this, 1-on-2 situation, 2 one-shots with the AK, lovely stuff. Just to touch upon the molly on Hut again as well. That position VSM lands in though, remember if that's an out, inner execute, it's one flashbang, he's forced to dodge and you're in a really bad position, right? So you kind of drop out of the Hut area anyway. Intent mostly is just to get him out of the spots they can just be hiding in, As long as we see them, it's okay.
Oh, I like this.
Oh, and again!
Oh, the lineup! Could not have gone better for VSM. He will die, but he dies a hero. He dies a martyr. And Leo is here to pick up the pieces. JT, 1-on-3 now, but this round's over as far as it's concerned. After that double Hut push.
Yeah, lovely push again from a Plano.
Yeah, right. I mean, these are the kind of things that VSM is good at, right? This is exactly what you're trying to. All right, Henny, that's reasonable, right? Like, it doesn't even get the peak, just wall bangs you. As I was saying, this is what VSM's good for, right? When he's in his element, what you want him to do is take these unexpected pushes, take these unexpected moments to try and exploit timings in the opposition. That round there, complete change of pace, pushes the lobby. We saw a lot of the same out of him on the Inferno CT side, but a bit more of a mixed bag of results there.
Yeah, it's classic anti-meta Counter-Strike, right? It's CT's always pushing, it's T's never pushing, at least for Plano, right? Like, with really slow defaults on this D half, but CT, they just can't wait to get into the action. Even though Extra Salt were holding from the lobby, they just get swept aside. Now they go outside with one man, JT selling the fake to B. He has been the lower boy in this game, always getting down the vent, getting down secret. It's forced a bit of a rotate, but Henny is not too bothered. He'll hear doors, he'll hear windows, but he has been drawn away from the ramp, leaving the second up to do it all. Kenny? KNG, rather.
Kenny!
KNGS. Here with the AWP, but they've crossed, and he is going to deal with them with ease. Henny's on lower, no prod today, and the bomb is loose. JT again, lost in the source.
Yeah, man, JT's always just left alone in these. It's feeling like he's going to try and find something here. Doesn't really have much to go off of. If he gets himself a rifle, you could try and do some damage at least. You're clutching at straws to make it worthwhile. JT, will he land this? No, answer's pretty immediate. VSM, unforgiving. Put 6 up on the board for Plano. And man, like, it's another really, really good CT side out of them here on Nuke. The only thing that I'm still very, very paranoid about is we've seen this exact type of scoreline where it feels like nothing can go wrong.
And then,
well, you won't believe what happens next. Things inevitably start to go wrong, as is, Murphy's Law and all that.
well, let's see if Extra Salt can get on the board. They have some lovely A-site executes that we have yet to see. This could be finally one of them. Double up on the rafters, lots of elevation, and the destination being this top site. VSM looks back in as the flashes fly through, but no one's found him. No one knows where he is right now. Finally put down from above and dropping in. KNG somehow hits a shot in the air. It's all on Henny. 1-on-2.
He's got
he has a great
because of
timing
that
up
play
ramp.
by KNG, though. Has got an opportunity here if he can get an isolated kill while the bomb's being planted. Nearly had it.
JT with 3, though. Turns out when you don't leave him alone in B while no one rotates, he's actually quite useful.
Yeah, and some lovely flash work here as well from Extra Salt. You see how long VSM is flashed. Gives them ample time to at least hit the bomb site. KNG's heroic, sure, gives them a 1-on-2 situation. And his timing was a little bit off though, but it's still another buy. Not the best one we've seen from Plano, but still reasonable. Nuke is a very hard map for the T's to kind of be breaking their way through, so this kind of buy is still a very difficult one to handle.
This definitely feels like the best map for like low investments on CT or bad weaponry. Not when you're blind, though. The flashbangs again are the undoing of the Brazilians, and that A site is immediately lost. No kit for the retake. If they even want to go for it. KNG, he's sending fully, but dead.
What did Lucas just...
I don't know, main smoke maybe? Yeah.
Through
Main
the
smoke,
vent.
Through the vent.
Oh,
Bomb's been dropped.
my God.
Nades going back. I don't know what's happening. VSM's going to reset Heaven, but Fang's gone,
Fang's
nah,
down,
I'm out of
baby.
here. Peace out. B-site
Fang's
plant.
gone, man.
And that should be the guarantee of the round.
Yeah, should be. Should be. But stranger things have happened and are happening. Season 4.
You want to tell me about it?
Oh, man, just watch the show. Look at this. Sonic holding on for this rotation down the vent. And Henny, they've just missed each other. Like ships in the night, as it were.
Yeah. Ocean's pretty big, man.
Night's pretty dark.
Yeah.
Does the sun set on the ocean, or is it just always daytime? Or does it set in the ocean, maybe?
Where do you think it disappears? Cools down.
It always looks like it's going into the
Yeah.
water. It would make sense,
Yeah.
right? Big
Yeah,
ball of
idiot.
fire.
It turns into the moon at night. Fool. Talking about.
Flat moon theory now.
No, it's Big Moon, Hugo. That's
Moon,
what we
yeah,
came up
Big
with.
Moon
Big
theory.
Moon theory. Hugo has this idea that the moon is actually far bigger than anyone lets on, and it's actually far closer.
I don't know who benefits from that outrageous conspiracy theory, but I like it, you know. Why not?
I mean,
People are just too embarrassed. They want the Earth to be bigger than the moon, you know? It's
yeah, it's
a
like an
flex.
insecurity
Yeah.
thing, right?
No, the moon's not bigger than our planet.
Yeah, I think all conspiracy theories start off as like a bit of a meme,
Yeah,
and then people just find ways of like substantiating it.
That's a good statement as well for Richard. Who benefits from that? You can throw that on a lot of conspiracy theories, can't you? Like, well, why?
Definitely. All of them almost.
Yeah.
If it makes you feel any better though, Hugo, the dumbest thing I've ever heard was on a night out with someone, and someone had brought a friend of a friend that we didn't know, and I don't even know why.
Always risky.
Yeah, I don't even know how we got onto this, but I think we were talking about like a supernova or whatever. A great night out, you can see immediately.
Yeah,
we're talking about like
That's-
astrophysics, and they said, I don't know why people will be worried about that anyway, because we'll always have the moon for light.
I mean, when it's dark and you look up, that's all you can see, man. So, moon
Definitely
one,
quiet, and we just
zero.
shuffled the conversation along to football at that point. You know,
Experts on astrophysicism, I'm sure.
Oh, a little cough there, man. That's how disgusted I am by that statement.
All right, yeah. Did you ever invite them back out with you, Richard, or was it one and done?
me, I just cut the whole friend group out of my life. It's the only way to be safe.
Appropriate reactions only.
I lose enough brain cells with the beer, please. The conversation cards suck as well.
You didn't even entertain the idea. You were just not ready to accept the
It was one of those where I let out an
light
audible
moon
like,
theory.
Oh.
yeah, it was one of them. Yeah. Couldn't even hide my disgust at what was happening.
Not angry, just disappointed, really.
Just like old Plano fans are going to be with the last few rounds, guys.
Oof. Yeah, Extra Salt warming back in. We knew it was going to happen. It was more when, not if. And they didn't wait too long to get some T-side rounds on the board. Big A takes. And, ooh, some yard play. JT flashing his team out, but you'll notice he's still lining up this A utility. So is it that main split? The KNG is here to put to bed, rather. 2 kills, and goodbye to your main split. It's all down to the A players. OC recovers out of nowhere, and forget what you had planned, because he's just thrown a spanner in the works. That might force more players outside, weakening any position you please.
Sorry, Hugo, forget what they had what? Sorry? Was it, you just make a... Forget what they had planned,
Oh yeah, that was well timed.
Yeah. Well, to make up for the delay, I had to readdress the joke. Look at this, Leo dead in the A bomb site, and oh dear,
That's
OC.
so unfortunate as well, because VSM, look at the long flank that he's had. Ends up going down, so only spots the 2-on-2 situation, no bomb down, still winnable.
Oh, and he's done it. They're never ready for VSM now as well. And he's played first, and now VSM last. JT tucked in, though, dropping all his util, trying to stall VSM up close, and it's a killer headshot to close, getting around on the board for Plano. Finally, recovering well after what was very weird. OC doubled up off Silo. And yeah, that timing almost eluded VSM, but he wins the round on his own.
Yeah, here's the sequence again. KNG, 2 lovely frags here, but then they even have the crossfire set up. A lovely flick here from OC. Opens the round back up. The bomb down at least, so they keep their money pretty good for Plano. AWP back up for KNG. 10th dive. And this is something as well that we didn't see from Plano either 2 days ago when they were playing this map. They've barely utilized the downstairs area at all. So even here you see for extra salt, they're all down here now. And Plano, so say they have no idea.
Oh, the molly.
Oh yeah, Henny is forced in to the open. And then he's traded out by JT. The fact that he even gets one there is actually good out of Henny, right? Like, you're put in a very, very rough spot. And that could have been a 5-on-4 for Extra Salt to just explode into this B bomb site. Well, now they're going to have to start to trickle on through. There's a bit of a gap in this ramp smoke, but KNG's missed the opportunity.
Oh.
Bad to worse. I think, did Lucas, yeah, he just kind of ran through the smoke on the left-hand side with nothing there to help him. He's now dead and joins his brother beyond the grave, leaving it on 3.
Oh.
That's a...
Oh, careful.
KNG, I don't even know this angle.
That's an ang, apparently. He's jumping into it.
Cheeky
Oh,
little VSM taking a couple out of the round on the exit, and KNG's even holding the lobby to try find even more. But it will be 5 on the board for Extra Salt. So, you know, what was once a huge lead is now starting to get kind of close at the end of this first half. I'm worried we're going to end up with another 8-7. And after seeing, you know, how the T side of Plano looked on this map yesterday, will that be enough? Also, I've seen we have the Saranthus family watching. You know, Trace keeping up with the action. To shout out Stunner one time, the boy of NA, as he was once christened all those pro leagues ago.
Never forget.
Yeah, for the newer kids on the block, people forget that. He used to be a C9 manager, traveled with the team before he became a hotshot main host.
So I met him. Used to see him. I was like, Trey, the boys asked for water. That's not water.
Look, it's clear liquid in a bottle, Richard. Don't ask any more questions.
And he would say, oh, no, this is all for me.
I mean, that sounds like him, to be fair.
Yeah, he's a great guy. Love him dearly.
Love Trace.
Good times.
Yep. Simpler times, some would say.
He's been a frequent guest on the CS Summit couch as well.
Yep, got some great stories. Really good at pushing beach balls and stuff away as well. Always useful for that. Was a volleyball champion at one point. I've seen him in his Speedos.
Maybe Dust can pick him up, teach him the way.
Oh, yeah. Dust and Trace playing Ultimate Frisbee. Not disc golf. They learn a brand new sport.
Oh, I
see.
Something in the middle. Okay.
Diversifying your Frisbee portfolio. Now look at this, right? You got this little outside take on the cards. But there is this player who they've kind of had to skirt on by in May, and JT's going to remove him from the round. VSM on the receiving end of that. And now these outside players, they want to become indoor players. They start to make their way into main, through the cap flap. JT, head on the trade to KNG at least, but it's Fang to find the opener, create a bunch of space towards this A site. The Molly in heaven denies the AWP peak, so Lucas has got to do a hell of a lot, and he's dead before he can barely get bullets out of that gun. KNG, all alone. Big clutch on his plate. He might be full up already.
Yeah, absolutely the right decision here. 1-on-3. You have a Molly and Kit, but inner bomb site plant, not the site you want to try and retake. And yeah, so great start from a plan at the beginning. Extra Salt though, really waking up here. Forces Plano on another eco round. And with With another bomb plant and 3 members alive, Extra Salt's getting to a point where the money is getting pretty hefty. Combine for the last 2 rounds. But yes, there is a slight concern here on my end, as we kind of saw Plano play that T side 2 days ago. We're expecting them to have fixed some of the issues that we kind of saw back then. And for Extra Salt, we just know that this is a very good map for them in general. Swapping over to the CT side as well is going to be very difficult for Plano to get going. But here's a good start though, at least from KNG. Entry onto JT, full control from outside. The ramp setup at that as well.
Oh, it's nasty. Couple of kills will go a long way now. Posted and a missed shot as well, but a dink comes through. KNG gets tagged. He definitely needs to give this up and try and funnel them down into VSM below. Other players still in that top area right now inside of the lobby is Leo. So VSM is alone, but he's not giving away anything. Window gets broken. Molly as well to cut off double doors, going to push him forward, and he won't commit. Good patience and catches them jumping through. They still win the fight though, and now world's your oyster. If you're Extra Salt, you can go back up the vent, you can re-wrap secret, or you can just commit B, but they're boxed in and they don't know it. KNG here, Leo in the vent. He's got the right read, he's got the right idea, but he can't hit the shots, stalling them out. Oh, lovely Deeg. Traded by Marky, and now it's a guessing game. Where does he go? Does he fake the death cam, back up the vent? Marky makes it clear with a Molotov and tries to tap the bomb. KNG won't get ahead of it, but he will get more time to reposition as Marky plants for the hut. KNG, oh, this is the last rotation you're expecting if you're Marky as well. He's not open right now, but oh, there's a leg. You can see him. KNG knows he's going to take a bite out, and there it is. Lovely round, lovely rotate as well. So much expecting him to go up heaven off of that ramp position. That was where he was last seen, but not today. Plano win the half at a worst case.
And here we see it, KNG opens the round up, also ends it. It's a good job there, and gives Henny as well an op for the last round. And as you pointed out, Hugo, worst case, they win the half at least. They have a really good buy here for last round. No bonus rounds here, no SMGs or anything like that. It's an aggressive play for Lucas outside by T-Red. And another hot push as well at the same time for Drunky. So a lot of things, a lot of moving pieces going on here for Plano. And hey, KNG wants some as well.
Yeah, the orb. Oh, he hits the leg, or the tag rather, but gets out alive at least. It could have gone worse. How they group for the ramp hit. Another orb here. Henny double looked likely, won't connect, but he still takes one and reposts back up. KNG doing his best JW impression, but the barrel sticks through, and now they can just run down the vent if they want. Instead, A is free. They know Henny was ramped with the orb, and Lucas is giving up his position as well. No fear in the minds or hearts of Extra Salt as they plant. To close this half, it feels like an inevitability for them to find 7. Henny is so far out of position and he's walking. It's going to be no surprise where he rotates from.
Yeah, no, I mean, reaction play from Extra Salt there as well. They get the kill onto VSM. He wants to go aggressive, and I think it's around that hot or squeaky area also. But then because of that, Extra Salt decides to just, hey, Henny has an open ramp. Let's just push down inner. Was looking like a really good Plano round. Turns out to be an Extra Salt one instead. It's 8-7 though in the favor of the Brazilians. We're going to be jumping to a break and we'll be back with the second half of map 2.
And as we go into the second half of Nuke, the Brazilians are going to do everything they can to not be too Plano. Let's see if they can pull it off.
Yeah, it's another one of these close halves, right? At 8-7, you don't get more even than that. This pistol can propel one of these teams into the lead in a very big way. So you don't want to miss this opportunity. Oh, Plano, looking like it might just be a nice, simple vent drop with the flash and smoke combo. They get down the vents, and now they start running amok in this B bomb site.
Oh, Fang, he loves the Wombalets, doesn't he? Smokes down, though. He's not going to be able to stop the second player crossing out, but he will see window control taken. And, oh, there's another tap for Fang. This guy doesn't know when to quit. And the round's over, by the way. Blink and you miss it. Everyone gets fragged, tagged, and bagged, and it's Extra Salt taking the pistol. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, that's all individual performance there. Yeah, absolutely. You can tell Fang is just showing off here at this point.
Yeah.
He's definitely woken up. Yeah, for Plano's sake, they're like, wait a minute. So it's a little bit too easy here. Something's up. And without getting the bomb down, they just opt for a P250 by no armor. Still do some damage here for sure.
Oh, 97 damage. That'll do. I mean, no way you should be seeing really many, if any, kills from the Plano squad in this round, and so Fang will make it so.
Yeah, man, now this is, you know, you just want a nice, clean round, and that's exactly...
He's going to shoot Marky in the head if Marky keeps it. Marky's asking for it, mate. Yeah, there's a dink. You're asking for it, standing in front of your rifle. Oh, that's something. Bomb's in T-spawn, though, so you may have the A site somehow, but nothing to do with it. And Henny is just prolonging the inevitable.
I actually remember something that you said, Robin, which is when you head into these like low economy rounds, you love it when teams approach it with like a plan or an idea. Instead of just spreading out and like taking these individual fights. And it's a bit of a shame in that round there, because I think that's a very good example of that, right? If even one of those players that had a bomb in a bit more of a better position, there could have been $800 up for grabs and like a 2v4 post plant over in that A site. Obviously,
yeah,
you're not like expecting to get away with all that room. But, you know, it's just a little thing that even if that bomb had been even a tiny bit closer, maybe you get the $800 plant money.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it tends to hold true a little bit more for the CT side. For example, on T side, right, if you do, you know, 5 deagles, yeah, absolutely, right? If you have good deagle players, yeah, spread out, try and go for 1 deags, right? But if you're sitting there, you have 5 P250s, no armor, so you know for a fact you won't even kill them long distance. Yeah, maybe have a game plan there. It's always nice to try and get the bomb down, because look at this buy, right? Even with the fact that they were very saving on their money, they have not a lot of utility. This is a nice little push from Extra Salt, though, as Plano is taking lower. Kind of reactive play from their end.
Oh, falling though. Oh, KNG does collapse after 1. VSM, I like the aggression. It's good in the post part. Never ready for it. OC gets pushed up close by 2. And yeah, they bail from the retake, giving away this round. Like I said, it was bonus, so getting 2 AKs out of things, you know, could have gone a lot worse for them. But Plano getting on the board on this T side, and that's enough in and of itself. They went silent in the second half of Inferno for the longest time.
Yeah, you mentioned it was a bonus round, but obviously some damage has been done, so important for Extra Salt to be saving these 2 weapons. And I like that play from Plano, as I mentioned, not a lot of utility, so rather than having a very slow round and kind of drained by that, they decided to go a quick one instead. And I think by KNG just getting, you know, the frag outside, I think really makes the round there as well. But look forward to more stuff like that from Extra Salt. As soon as they get some kind of vision and information play that there are, you know, some people outside or even the other way around, they do like to push in that lobby area, take control. Very quick and reactive at that as well. Which is why in Europe you kind of tend to see now more and more kind of teams either do not put a single player in lobby area, or they put 2 is solely because so many teams are now pushing more and more into lobby once you do see that smoke wall and you do see some people outside.
Oh, OC's crossed this time, so any util going outside will be rumbled.
I love it though when you see, you talk about like how these lobby pushes are common. I love it when you see these outside smokes with that being the goal of the T's, right? To force a push out of the CT squad. Now that's a bit of a disaster. The bomb is cut loose.
Wow.
OC unchained from Secret swings out for a third. And so now, the numbers dwindling in a very big way, but the bigger problem is that those smokes have faded. You don't have anything else to replenish them, and the bomb, you've got to run into open sight lines to go and get it. This, really should be an unwinnable round for Plano. If Extra Salt play their cards right, there's no way that you should end up losing this.
Yeah, Marky is so patient there, but does catch the perfect timing as Henny looks away. KNG walking out A, and Sonic is still keeping this one under consideration, and he'll shut down the round 10-9. Seen some good CT rounds now out of Extra Salt. Plano might get on the board, but it's immediately recovered, and with no bomb plant either. Expect to see them force, but it's not going to be perfect by any means.
Timeout call.
Tasting.
If anyone ever wanted like a good example of a team that especially like when they were kind of in their prime last year, were really, really good on Nuke at using those outside smokes and having a solo lobby hold, I think Big are a really good team to look at. Tizian used to be incredible in that lobby area at holding down those pushes that you were talking about, Robin. It's sick whenever you see teams use that to turn an advantage, right? The whole goal of those outside smokes being to try and force that lobby aggression and make something happen on the back of it. Plano have thrown those smokes a lot, so they've set this precedent of when those smokes go out, we're crossing behind them. And so I wonder if we're going to see them use that again, but this time not push behind, or maybe not go with the bomb behind the smokes and have them serve as a bit more of a fake.
It's funny as well, we see the timeout being called. Henny very active in that timeout.
Yeah.
Made me think that he was talking about a split somehow sense, the way he was moving his hands, and that's exactly what we're seeing, a main split at that. We did get the entry, but it's a little bit untimed here, I feel like. The guys in main/mini they're much faster than KNG and the guys in door. Even if there's a smoke there, we kind of expect them to be running through it.
And they were so split up.
Yeah.
Like the two main players, there's huge distance between their swings, and Marky, he was full blind. The first player going was going off of a flash, but Marky full blind just sprays main and gets a kill. So I kind of threw a wrench into this round. Oh, lobby push for Sonic. He's not going to go any further. Oh, yes, he is. Easy peasy. KNG now. He could slip down the vent, but he's scared of his backline. There's also an AK dropped, but that would give up the aim of the game. So sometimes you have to stick with the worst weaponry just for the element of surprise. And how surprising will this round be? 1v3, given a chance here onto Sonic, who's tucked in close, but... Oh, no, sorry, it's the cover from Sonic, and then it's OC up close. So Sonic should have this, and even if he doesn't, there's a second man ready to pounce. So 11-9, and Extra Soul all over the board right now.
Yeah, and even
Great
at
game
later
out of
stages. Yeah, absolutely. 1-on-3 there. Let's not take any extra gambles here, right? Great crossfire setup on the inner bomb side, not allowing Plano to really get back into this. 11-9. 2.7k max on the board for Plano. We talked about it, these eco rounds. No armor, but there is 3 smoke grenades at least, a flashbang and an HG, so we'll be seeing a smoke wall. See if Plano does have a plan for this round. Do something together, perhaps. More money we get, the better. Bomb plant is always something that you want to try and strive for. And even looking at Extra Salt's economy, it's not in the best of shapes either. So any kind of damage here is a added bonus. They're trying to sell a fake that they're going down lower to smokes, but it's not really causing that much of a rotate from extra salt. Here we go, nade open the door. We have the one flashbang. We should be seeing Plano now try and make their way in, but they're not. It's a fake with all the nades that they have, and now they're kind of forced to walk in dry instead. I don't know about this.
Oh, they're going down. Take it what you can. Oh, they've lost the vent. Getting confused, dazed even is Lucas, and VSM forgets what the objective is. He stays up in the smoke as it goes out. That's a massive kill. It will let the bomb get planted, and that makes all the difference. They wanted money, they'll get it, but nothing else.
Listen, they take that, man. Like, yeah, at the end of it, but by the way that was looking, it wasn't even looking likely they were going to get the bomb plant. So going down to the vents, getting the bomb down. Hey, yeah, it looked sloppy, a little bit untimed again, but they get what they wanted. A lot of money here coming into round 22.
Yeah, every one of these rifle rounds starts to matter a hell of a lot to Plano here. Come on, boys. You know, I'm hoping they can pull it back together and not fall into the same pitfalls of that Triumph game where the T side really left us wanting. That's far managed. One round, they've got the rifles again. KNG with his AWP. Can he put it to good use here outside? There is Fang, back of Garage, but he's just holding for this this main cross, right? This does allow these players to try and work for some secret control. You've got JT currently responsible for that, I think, from the heavens. Yeah, he's playing over here towards this AC unit. It's a good little outside setup from Extra Salt, though, right? I feel like you always see a player in Fang's position at back garage get away with a lot more than they should be allowed to do. And so anyone crossing main is in for a bit of a nasty surprise.
Yeah, even the crossfire setup, right? I think that's what makes that position so dangerous, because it's just a hard angle to clear. Because you're worried about Mini at that point, right? You're worried about under heaven. Here we see as well, flashbang in, Fang with a kill, JT gets one also, so 5-on-3 situation now. And this is kind of what we saw Plano do in that Triumph game, right? Just
oh my god.
Smokes down, and let's hope and go for some picks, but it's not working out. And the Kobe nade.
Wow.
Yeah, you know, it's a little bit of a weird one, because it is feeling like that's what the T side of Plano kind of boils down to, right? Like, take outside, hope that some opportunities present themselves to us. It's what we saw be Triumph. And it's looking damn near identical, where, like, they get outside, and then they almost are kind of left standing around going, well, what now? Like, where do we go from this?
It's so sad, because if you think about the one round they crossed behind the smokes, what happened? OC was in secret in the corner, got a double, or got three, didn't he, off the swing? And then the bomb was lost, and the round follows, right? So, you know, they're burned by that, certainly. But I agree, right? Just standing outside isn't really doing them any favors. Back to the door, Marky. Haven't seen him here before, but he is in a perfect position. They've been often using this door position, and Sonic's going to help out. Marky runs through. Oh my goodness, it's so much fun to watch when he's feeling it. And a double kill from him. What do you do here?
Like, I'm confused as well. They waste some nades, they go for an inner exec, but only 2 guys run out, and the other 3 are just stuck in lobby.
Hot players just chilling, you know?
Yeah, and I feel like, you know, I don't know. Maybe you try and drop down vents there. Maybe that was the play, but it didn't look like it, the way that they kind of died. Maybe hoping to clear out close up hut and then running out.
I think the Plano T side on Nuke does just need a lot of work. Right, yeah. That's kind of the saddest part, though, right? Like, whenever you're watching players like this, where you know what the actual individual talent of them are, it feels a little bit sad when you see, you know, you're just getting beat on the back of feeling like you don't really have the ideas. And even if you've got ideas, it's the execution that's lacking a little bit.
Yeah, I love how these angles just lock down. No one's moved in this 5-on-2. They're all holding the same thing for a minute straight, waiting for the mistake.
I mean, it was Plano who said that they were practicing in Brazil, right, as opposed to in NA. I almost wonder, because, you know, we know what these BR teams are like. I think the teams like Furia have really helped shape the meta of the region. You know, I think if you were practicing in Brazil, maybe these are like the moments, these big slowdowns, you know, where you kind of just see things grind into a halt. Maybe that's where you're used to getting fed these kills, getting given this space. And Extra Salt are going to make that same mistake, right? Let's not forget, like a matter of weeks ago now, these guys were over in Europe playing up against the best of the best, right? They're not going to make these mistakes. They're not going to get overzealous in these positions. Thus far, it has been like a pretty measured bit of gameplay out of Extra Salt. And it feels like Plano, they're kind of waiting for opportunities that were never even on the table.
Yeah, absolutely. I can agree with that. Definitely change the play styles for sure. And it's 14-9, and Plano half buying here, so going potentially for a tie, but it's a pistol eco round, so don't count rounds like these out. Always
they finally crossed.
Yeah, they don't go down lower very often, and when you do, look at how spread out they are. There's no trade potential with either one of these guys as they're running through the lower area. KNG goes down.
And because they've never gone lower, look at how many... There's 3 CTs on B right now. Like, they know it's a commitment. They know they're coming down because you rarely actually even see this attempted. So there's not been any kind of like conditioning set. Oh, we throw our first smokes out on our first gun round, we commit, and then we start faking off the back of that, knowing it's going to draw rotates. No, it's our first time actually getting through secret. So, of course, Extra Salt are convinced, and rightly so. They have the bomb. Another 2-on-4, and like this round is just done. There's almost no way that Plano can make anything happen here.
Yeah, I mean, you know, there's almost a part of me that is kind of left to wonder whether or not the decision to have pracked, you know, in Brazil exclusively on the run up to this could hamstring you, you know, by like giving you a false sense of confidence, right? It's like how. Yeah, I think the BRC, and can I just say, I think it's in a really good spot right now. You know, there's a lot of strong teams, but in terms of dominating the region, you know, like it hasn't been an uncommon one where we've seen teams like Boom rise up and just dominate the scene.
Also, worth noting, I agree, like you go on about how good Brazilians teams are right now, and that is true. Now, where are these Brazilian teams? We've got Team 1, we've got Pain, and we've got Godsend all in NA right now. Like, I don't know if they were in Brazil at the time that Plano were, but I know at least Pain were not. I know Team 1 were not. So...
Well, so the thing I was going to build upon that with is that, like, you know, you'd see teams like Tyloo in Asia, mate, they would just be wrecking everyone, and it was like night and day, and then they'd go to events and then just get absolutely reamed out by the international
you get away with far more
exactly, right?
Yeah.
And so I think it would be very, very easy to, like, you know, go into an event like this, having just been shredding teams in your region and go, man, we've been... You know, it feels like we can't set a foot wrong. And it's like, well, you know, maybe it's because you're not up against the teams that are going to punish you for any of the mistakes that you've been making.
Right now, though, this is just excellent out of Extra Salt. It's everything we wanted and more. Like, we've had a competitive series. We've had good first halves on both maps for the Brazilians, well, mate, but we've had recoveries from Extra Salt as well.
Part. I want to prefix, I want to, like, you know, end everything by saying, like, Plano clearly have a lot of talent. You know, we know the players on this squad. We know what they're capable of. And they've got a lot of potential, but it's just about shaping that into something now and trying to get a bit more of an identity. We're in this 4-on-4, potentially could be the last round here on Nuke, unless Plano have got a little more left in the tank. They aren't able to get past OCs, very, very fast up in the heavens, and so we're just down to 2 surviving. Once again, they take this outside control, and it just grinds to this very, very awkward hole. OC goes hunting them down and finds them all. Wow. Extra Salt grab the victory, a 2-0 over Plano, and they lock in an appearance in that next phase of play. Extra Salt. Exactly what we wanted to see. This is why we've been hyping them up so much. Stick around, because we'll be back in just a minute after the break.